Okay, here we are with the second part of the tutorial for adding a simple product on Magento. So we've got as far as meta information. As you can see from these two tabs, we've got information there that's not saved. So I'm just going to save that now just so we've got it there and we don't lose it. And as you see, I've clicked on the save and continue edit. The reason for doing that is that we've not actually finished yet, and I just want to carry on being in the same screen and continuing on through. Let's say that the product has been saved, just so you've got confirmation, and you see that the disk symbols have disappeared. So meta information. So this is to do with search engines and how they see it and so on. So we want a nice content rich title there. I'm just going to put something very fantastic for commercial and so on. We can put whatever, so yeah, don't take these as being particularly good examples, but they're just really to give you an idea. Keywords, again, just put those in there, and description. This is the description that you'll see on, say for example, Google or any other search engine when you've got the page title and then you've got the description underneath. So I'm just going to copy over the title just for now, really, just to put something in there. Images, incredibly easy to do with Magento. We'll just do browse files. I've got there we go. So we've clicked on that, and then we'll do upload files, and very quickly that's put it there for us. So roll over for preview. You can see it's there. And we're going to say yes, we want the same image for base image, small image, and thumbnail. And the reason you've got those radio buttons there is for some products you may want a smaller the small image to be different to the main image or the thumbnail. So again, it just gives you really the options to do that. I'm going to save that because it's quite easy with the image screen to knock a radio button onto the wrong setting by accident. So that just means that we've saved it. Recurring profile, I'm not really going to get into that now. If that's something you'll need to use, then you'll be aware of it anyway, most likely. Design, you're probably going to want to just keep that as whatever the default is, but again, if you were needing to change for a custom design for that one item, then you can do. Inventory, it depends on whether you've got in the settings as it managing your stock. On this site I've not, however that would be as a yes, in which case you would have to put, for example, what the quantities are that can be added to the cart, and Magento will actually keep track of the stock numbers for you. And again, one of the other screens that you'll have down here, if you are using that, is you'll have a drop down box where you need to put that it's in stock rather than out of stock. And the reason why you've got that there is that you can actually override what the numbers are in the system, because say for example, if you've got a shop where you're selling televisions online and also through your actual physical shop, you might sell 50 of them in a week in the shop, and then you realize that you need to mark it as out of stock online as well. So that's the reason why it gives you that option. Categories, very easy to do, just clicking buttons. Now, depending on how many levels of category you've got, you may have a button with a plus there, in which case you can click there and that will take you to the next category down. So we've got on here, most likely on your site you'll need to click default category as well as whatever it falls into. So it's as easy as that for placing it in the category. Related products, for example, And just when you go into this screen, just click reset filter and then it will populate. Now for this I might say, well, actually anything that's fire barrier related, so I could just choose those two products, for example. I've got other fire barriers down here, so it's just choosing what is related, and that's going to come later on for when people are looking in the when they get in the shopping cart. Upsells, again, if you've got something that you've got a larger version of or a more expensive version of, or then let's say for example that you've got a plasma television on there that you've got 32-inch that you might want to try and upsell them to a 37-inch, for example. Cross sells, much the same, but that's more trying to get them to buy something as well as instead of. Upsells is instead of, whereas cross sells is as well as. Product reviews, fairly self-explanatory again, really. Product tags, I'm just going through that. Again, this is just tags that you can put in there, which helps with the searchability of it. Customers tag product. Again, this is something that would be covered in a bit more depth really elsewhere. Custom options, you may or may not have this, and it just depends really on whether the product itself is something that you sell just in its purest form, or whether there's additional options for it that it might say, for example, do you want it to come with an extra bell and whistle, or if it's again to use the example of the television, then it might be that you can have just the television, or that you can choose the television and a stand, and that you can cover that all off as being the option from the same place and the same product on there. Product view optimization, not something I'm really going to go into on this this tutorial, as we're getting more into not exactly developer type stuff, but certainly more advanced levels there. So we've finished putting everything in there, so I'm just going to click save now, because I've finished doing everything that I want to, and I'm not worried about staying in that screen. So that's taken me back into the manage product screen. So you can see the title there, and you can see there Sam's fire barrier now appears as part of it. So it's as easy as that. That's how you add a simple product on Magento.